At first I was skeptical about heading into A Quiet Place Part 2 after the ending of the first one. I wasn't sure which direction the franchise would head in, especially after the father's death, who was one of the main characters. A Quiet Place Part 2 showed me that there was much more to show, as it took everything great about the first part and it expanded upon it in an even bigger entry for the series. The opening sequence was well done and thrilling. We get a glimpse of the first day when these creatures crash landed on Earth. And if you're like me, you want to see how it all went down. But I like that it was just a little teaser, as it was only about the first 10 minutes of the film. It was smart because it made me more invested in seeing Day 1, which is something we will be seeing in the new spin-off movie, A Quiet Place Day 1. After this though, we head back to where the first film left off, back to day 474. I remember being worried watching the first couple of minutes after the opening scene. It starts slow and it's more of the same. It was the family on a journey, treading lightly not to make a sound, and long silent scenes. I thought to myself, this movie needs something, and it needs something fast, or this is going to get old. Sure enough, my desires were answered around the middle of the film when we get the brilliant sequence where the film gives us 3 different POVs of our characters in rough situations. We get the mother attempting to fend off one of these creatures, we get the son who accidentally locks himself inside a chamber, running out of air with his baby brother, and we get the sister and a new character, Emmett, getting ambushed by some weird cult survivors. I feel the movie knew that it needed some momentum and did just that by brilliantly cutting back and forth between these situations and elevating the action and investment from the viewers. We get some insane parts out of this sequence, like one of the monsters casually walking through the fire after the mother thinks she will be able to burn it, and Emmett using sound to call the creatures to rip apart the cult people as he and the sister attempt to flee. This was when I knew, okay, this franchise still has more to show. It can still capture the intrigue of the audience like the first did. From here, the movie doesn't let up. We get Emmett and the sister reaching an island where people are back to living like normal after realizing that these monsters can't swim. Unknowingly, however, on the boat they came on, a monster was on it. And well, you know how that goes. This is where I had a bit of an issue with the film's pacing, as I felt like the moment they reached the island to the moment where things go to hell happened too quickly. I would have preferred more development with this island and its people so that when it does hit the fan, the stakes would be higher. Because besides one man, one character, this was the only character we meet once we get to this island. So there is no room to breathe or develop the island and its people. After this monster attack, we head towards the end of the film, where we get one of my favorite moments in the movie and an ending that I absolutely loved. You see, after the mother reunites with her children and saves them from suffocating in the closed chamber, they are now stuck in there as a creature lurks right outside. Meanwhile, Emmett and the sister head towards a radio tower in a car, leading the monster away from the houses and the people on the island. After a bit, the family attempts to leave the chamber, only to be greeted by the creature still lurking. Cut back to Emmett and the sister. They have to use the monster's weakness of high frequencies to kill it. In the final moments, with the monster coming close to killing a family, the brother that we've known only to ever show fear in the past film, thinking he could never achieve protecting his family, is finally given the strength. As the radio gives off a screeching signal from his sister, we get a powerful scene, even miles away. Together, these two can overcome. The young and afraid brother is given the confidence and determination because of help from his big sister. He protects the one thing he felt he never could, his mother. And this scene shows the power of siblings and what they can achieve together. Not to mention the everlasting confidence this brother will now have from this one moment. That is, to me, a very powerful ending. As I said, I was skeptical when the first Quiet Place was getting a sequel, but this movie did nothing short of elevating the franchise to greater heights. For that reason, I am excited to see which direction this franchise takes. This has been Absolute Filmmaking. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.